Alright, with the booster set name being called Duelist Advance, I was expecting support like this related to Yuma or Yuya because they haven't got support for a while, and here we are with a new Yuma support with new cards or retrains for his Onomatopoeia cards. With, of course, as you can see from the cover card, a new form of Utopia, which is his future number 0 version. So let's begin. So first off, we start off with Zubaba Knight, which is a level 3 Earth Warrior with 1600 attack, 900 defense, and when this card is no more special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand except itself, and if you do, this card's level becomes the same as that monster, or destroy one level 4 or lower defense position monster your opponent controls. Most likely you're going to search, but very nice since you could search for a key piece that could special summon itself and then perform an Exceed summon. In which there's a second effect where pretty much all his Onomatopoeia cards, at least the new ones, are going to share. Because if this card is detached as Exceed material, for a monster effect, you can add one Gaga monster from your deck to your hand, and each effect is a hard once per turn. So pretty nice, searches, do your Exceed plays, and then if you use it as material for any means for a monster effect, well, you get another search, but it's not going to be the same Onomatopoeia. And the rest of his support are going to share this second effect, just different searching for Onomatopoeias. And now we go to Gaga Zambara Knight. Yes, it's a retrain in part of the archetype now. It's a level 4 Earth Warrior with 0 attack, 1800 defense, and its effect are both hard once per turn, where the first one is that you can reveal one Gaga monster from your extra deck and special summon this card from your hand, then apply one of these effects. Special summon one Gaga monster from your hand, or change the battle position of one monster on the field. Both effects are quite helpful sometimes, but mainly for the special summon for more extended plays, obviously. In which the second effect is that if this card is detached to activate an Exceed monster effect, you can add one Go monster from your deck to your hand. So like I said, further searching when you detach, which is pretty easy, but the extra special summon is also pretty nice for extended combo plays, so overall pretty decent addition. And then we go to Go Goblin Bird. Goblin Bird part of the archetype now. It's a level 4 Earth Warrior with 1400 attack, 0 defense, and both effects are hard ones return. So the first one is that if this card's normal summon, you can activate this effect, but you're restricted to special summons from the extra deck for the rest of the turn that are Exceeds, and then you special summon one non-warrior Go monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then change this card to defense. For the archetype itself, it's a huge improvement because you could summon from deck as well, which is actually pretty huge. And also this is just basically an easy rank 4 play. In which the second effect is that if this card is detached to activate Exceed monster effect, you can add one Do monster from your deck to your hand. Further searching and also making more plays, easy Exceed summon, why not? The only thing is you are restricted to normal summoning this card to activate the effect and only Exceed monster for the rest of the turn, but for Exceed deck it doesn't really matter. So overall this is actually pretty decent for the archetype. And then to the last of the main deck, we got Do Warrior, which is a level 6 Earth Warrior with 2300 attack, 900 defense, and each effect is hard once per turn, with the first one being that you can send one Do monster from your deck to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand, but you are restricted for Exceed summons for the rest of the turn for the extra deck. And this card's level also becomes 4 with its attack becoming 1800. Pretty nice, easy rank 4 play. Being level 6 can suck a bit sometimes, especially if it's negated, but it's also nice that you can Foolish Burial a Do monster from your deck to special summon this card as a cost, so that's also pretty good as well. But the second effect is that if this card is detached to activate Exceed monster effect, you can add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand. Further searching, easy special summon, easy rank 4 plays, or any other Exceed plays. And then we go to the new future number 0, Utopic Future Zexal, with a Zexal more design for future number 0. Pretty cool. Uniquely ranked 0 with 0 attack and defense, and requires 2 Exceed monsters with the same rank, and it's always treated as a rank 1, so I don't get about the rank 0 part, but I guess it's just for design purposes. So first off, it gains 500 attack for equal ranks of all Exceed monsters you control, and in your opponent's graveyard times 500. Would be nice if it counted the materials as well for itself, because that would make it average 3000 to 4000 attack, but it will be at least 500 since it is treated as rank 1. But the second effect is that your opponent cannot target monsters for attacks except for this one, and also card effects as well. This is kinda to trigger the third effect, because once per turn when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card to take control of one monster of your opponent controls, and also this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Just like the original, it takes control of your opponent's monsters, although the original one has to battle, this one doesn't. Instead it's by card effect. But the nice part is that it protects your other monsters, so it's also pretty nice, and it's intentionally being targeted on purpose so you could activate its effects. and possibly very high attack as well, because if you spam those Exceed monsters on your field, it's gonna be a lot. So overall, pretty cool new addition and kind of a cool upgrade, especially since comparing to the original Future Number 0, this could actually beat down monsters with a negate on top of it. And since we got Exceed version of Gaga Magician, of course we must have the Gaga Girl, which is a rank 4 Dark Spellcaster Exceed with 1500 attack, 1800 defense, requires 2 level 4 monsters, and the first effect is a hard once per turn, where if you have one of the Onomatopoeia archetype cards as material, you can detach one material from this card to add one Gagaga or Automato or Exceed name card from your deck to your hand. Very nice because it's just basically Searcher, meaning that you're going to be able to do more plays. In which the second effect is that a Utopic Future Exceed monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If this card is Exceed Summon, activate this effect. It can make a second attack during each battle phase of this turn. Considering the nature of the Utopic Futures using regular Exceed monsters as materials, this could be pretty nice, especially to reactivate effects or turning them into beat sticks. So overall, nice new addition for searching and added beat sticks. And now we got a new Heroic Champion out of all things. Yes, Heroic Champion, Magnum Excalibur. Retrain of the regular Excalibur, basically with the Magnum Shield, and if you wonder why, it's because Yuma actually used this card because it was given to him. But anyway, it's a rank 4 Light Warrior Exceed monster with 2000 attack and defense, requires 2 level 4 warrior monsters, which is actually doable with Yuma's deck, in which the effect is that if this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can detach 2 materials from this card. This card's current attack becomes double during the damage calculation only. Kind of like the anime one where you actually detach during the battle instead of doing it in the main phase. Although not as great as the original in some ways because the extra attack power only goes for basically one battle, so that kind of sucks. But the second effect is that once per turn during the main phase quick effect, you can target one other monster you control, equip this card to it as an equip spell, and make that monster get extra 2000 attack and defense. Basically, it becomes like an equip card for another monster. In a way, it could be considered like a ZW thing, and it's also nice that after using the first effect, it has use for another effect. So already pretty good. But the third effect is that you can banish this card from the graveyard, then shuffle 3 warrior monsters from your graveyard back to the deck. Overall, it's not too bad. Lets you recycle, gets to be a big beater for one attack, and then after that, it could become an equipped card for another monster. So definitely a good addition for basically any generic warrior decks. And then we go to Gagaga Hope Tactics, which is a continuous spell, and the first effect is Utopia or Utopic Exceed monsters you control whose original attributes is light cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. This is pretty strong, especially for some protection, and of course definitely works well with the Utopic stuff, in which the second effect is that you can declare a level from 1 to 12 and target 2 face-up monsters you control, including a Gagaga monster. Their levels become equal to the one that you declared. This is just basically making it easier for you to do Exceed Summon plays, and it's nice to set 1 through 12 because you might run other numbers for the deck. In which the third effect is that if you Exceed Summon a Utopia or Utopic Exceed monster whose original attribute is light, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. The second and third effect are both hard once per turn. Overall, it's pretty good because added protection, which is always nice. It counts as a Utopia card too, so there might be some important stuff right there. And making easy Exceed Summon plays is also pretty nice. And just the nice extra added destruction, I also like it. And finally, Exceed Unbreakable Barrier, which you of course see number 99 doing the Moon Barrier instead of regular Utopia, which is probably the reference here. It's a counter trap, and you can only use each effect hard once per turn. The first one is that when a spell or trap or monster effect is activated while you control an Exceed monster, negate the activation, then you can detach 2 materials from the monster to destroy 1 card on the field. The nice part is that you can choose what to destroy, so it doesn't have to be just that one card. But that detach 2 can be a bit hefty, but luckily you can still negate something even without doing the detach 2. In which the second effect is that you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 Exceed monster you control, attach 1 light Utopia or Utopic Exceed monsters from the graveyard to it as material. This is very nice, especially to basically get more materials, and of course those materials could be very important for specific Utopia monsters, and probably searchable through some Utopia cards as well. So it is worth running, I would have to say. And so that's it for the new support for the Onomatopoeia stuff for Yuma's deck, along with some Utopia stuff. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, after so long, it's just very nice to see, especially more of Yuma's stuff for his Onomatopoeia deck, because his Onomatopoeia stuff doesn't really get much support. More so Utopia that gets support, but it's more so with the Zexal weapons rather than the Onomatopoeia stuff. So it's very nice that they put more Onomatopoeia support, especially for new future number 0. I was not expecting that at all. But in that, there's really not much to say about it. I just overall like it, and it's just good to see. But in that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.